My first shopping experience in 30 years.
Just remember, Michael Jackson ice cream.
It's just like being at Disneyland, in my opinion, because I got to do something that I usually don't get to do. I realize that I've got family all over the world, everywhere I go, because my fans really show me the love, and I love them just as much.
Thank you so much.
You're wonderful, incredible, I love you so. You're beautiful.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Aalayzia, and today's video is gonna be about someone that, if you've been following me for a while, you know I love. I've been doing this freaking smooth criminal lean since I was 6 years old, since I was a fetus, okay? Can't nobody top that. Alright? It's just a simple, just a short little cute message, Happy 61st birthday to Michael Joseph Jackson, born August 29th, 1958. Alright? There's so much I could say, but this video would be like an hour tops long. People make fun of me about why the man inspires me so much. What do I get out of, what do I get out of, his message about who he was? Who he was in my eyes, if I'm not looking from, corrupt media's eyes, is just a simple human being.
Because many people have opinions about me, and they haven't even met me. They don't even know me. So I thought it was time to open up, to show them who I really am. I'm just simply Michael Jackson.
Right. He did not get the chance, and I've said this so many times, did not get the chance to experience that phase, that crucial phase. As much as people may love or hate, or probably don't even want to remember certain parts of their, adolescenthood, childhood to be more specific, it does take a toll and an impact in making you, and creating your personality, your outlooks, basically the person who you are, who you choose to be in the future. Okay, so people don't look at that small little aspect, because growing up, having to perform in front of thousands, maybe even hundreds at first, because they would do the Jackson 5. I don't know if you guys watched the documentary. I think they made it back in like the 80s, but it's actually a very interesting, and I wouldn't even call it a documentary, because it was so well put together. Honestly, the documentary is so well put together that it grabbed your attention. It wasn't like spitting facts at you, like you're just like, Can we wrap this up? We get it. It's going on 2 hours now. It's actually something that grabbed your attention. Okay, and I'll put the link for that down below in the description if I can find it. Also, but anyway, short story short, like, people don't understand how crucial that small little piece of, just growing up is. He grew up performing in front of crowds of people. He did gigs, he did strip clubs, and he was out at places a 5-year-old shouldn't be at. Okay, this was his childhood. Rehearsal, studio, rehearsal, studio, school, rehearsal, studio, school. Growing up and playing tag with his friends. Maybe even, so little things we take for granted as part of growing up and, shaping who we are today. He didn't really have a chance to do.
She goes, ugh, what happened? Just like that. And God, I just could have died right there. That's exactly what that lady said to me.
Did your father and your brothers tease you about your appearance as an adolescent?
My father did. And some cousins did.
What did your father say?
Oh, God. Yeah. It was pretty embarrassing. He used to tease me real bad about it.
It's cruel, isn't it?
Yeah, it used to hurt me. I don't think he realized how much he was hurting me.
What sort of thing did he say?
He would tease me about how I looked, and he would say, well, you didn't get it from my side of the family. It must have been on Kate. Kate, he would always say, meaning my mother. You didn't get that from me. I feel like saying thanks for making me feel better, because I don't think how bad he didn't even laugh. I don't think people don't stop to think what they're saying sometimes and the effect it can have on a person, Then one cousin would always, look this to me when they see me, like, want to pop my pimples. I would just go to the bedroom and cry,
Is it true that your father used to say you had a fat nose?
Yeah.
What did he say? What did he actually say?
God, your nose is big. You didn't get it from me.
So everything that everybody looks at as weird and, oh my God, why would you do that? What's wrong with you? What do you mean? Like, what are you trying to say? Because this is what I look at. I look at the corrupt adults. Because society, it's not even adults. It's society. I blame society. Because society, for example, when a girl is born, they're told they should look a certain way. They should be this size. Their skin should be perfect. They should have perfect smiles, perfect hair, eyelashes as long as you can get them. And then the men are supposed to be the masculine protectors. That's what society tells us when we're born. They're telling us that pink is for girls, blue is for guys. So I don't blame the people. I blame society for instilling in our minds that, a grown man can't enjoy life. He has to be some kind of stick in the mud. Okay? You can be serious. You can be about getting your life together. You can be about getting your money, and you can balance it out and enjoy on the side. A lot of these people are such stick in the muds, and they're just like, ew, that's disgusting. He's hanging out with kids, gross. Listen. Everybody out there, I was 17 years old. I was like the eldest cousin out of a group of my grandmother's children. And when all my cousins would come together, we would all sleep in the same bed all together. So does that make me a pedophile? Does that make me a pedophile? We would all squeeze together on probably one mattress or either on the floor together. Alright? So, does that make me a pedophile? But the way people are looking at it is really disgusting to me. Honestly. It honestly hurts my heart because people's brains are they're thinking dirty. And you need to get your mind out of the gutter and maybe come to terms like, he didn't grow up like the rest of us did. We didn't grow up performing in front of hundreds of thousands of people. We didn't have to perform and sometimes go to bed at 3 a.m. and then wake back up at 6 a.m. We didn't have to do that. Like I said, this is just these are facts and my opinion at the same time. Because, this has to stop. Like, why are we anybody's name? Elvis, Biggie, Tupac, Michael. Let these people rest in peace. Let them rest. Aaliyah, everybody. Stop bringing up their names. Is the media today so boring that you guys have to bring up and drag a dead man's name? Is it so annoyingly, are you guys that bored? Do not have anything to do but pick on a dead man. He was picked on all through his life. And they're important people out there. And, people are going to talk. Obviously, this video is not going to get people to stop talking. People are going to have their opinions. That's cool. You're okay to have your opinion just as much as I'm allowed to have my opinion. Okay? I'm just saying simply, like, why are we dragging dead people's names? This man has been dead for 10 years. 10 years. And we can't seem to get his name out of our mouth. Or anybody else's mouth for that. Tupac's hologram. People are still claiming that Tupac's making music. Or Biggie's making music. Or these are just my, these are actual facts, but my opinion on them. Okay? Because I don't know. I feel like it's time for someone to speak up, because Michael was right. You say something enough times and people will start to believe it. If you feed the media enough BS, then they're going to start believing it and be like, he was this, 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 back to back to back. And it's kind of hard to clear that out of your head once it's there. But for the people, for the actual fans, like the real fans who are still here, God bless y'all.
Stage, they give me so much love, and that's everywhere I go, every time I walk on stage. One of the best moments is right here. It's right in the middle of the show, and it's my birthday, and I'm thousands of miles away from my family. But when they surprised me with a full marching band, and then they brought out this huge, beautiful birthday cake,
Happy birthday to you.
I realized that I've got family all over the world, everywhere I go, because my fans really show me the love, and I love them just as much.
This is incredible. Thank you so much.
And any other person that's not trying to drag a man's name for money. Somebody quoted and they said, why work when you can sue Michael Jackson? I know a lot of media is going to be like, well, you have all these accusers and people pointing fingers, because in society's view, the man looked to the outside world so abnormal that it was easy to do. He looked so abnormal that it was easy for him to be picked on, because he wasn't like one of us. What does that even mean? Like, honestly, what does that even mean? What are we doing? Do we have nothing else better to do in our lives? I'm saying, try to speak something encouraging for once. Try to say something nice. If you don't have something nice to say, don't say it at all.
Under her dress. He's a flirt. See, I liked her and he liked her too, so there's competition.
Michael Bay. Why me? My first shopping experience in 30 years.
Just remember, Michael Jackson ice cream.
It's just like being at Disneyland, in my opinion, because I got to do something that I usually don't get to do.
I'm a nice person. I just took a shower and I washed my hair thoroughly.
See what they do to me? Mac is the most reckless driver. Oh my God.
You almost killed him.
It's his brother Kieran on the back.
We were taught this as kids. Grown adults. Okay? If you felt like if you want to put your 2 cents in, fine, go right ahead. That is your opinion. That's what you're going to do, sweetie. But at the end of the day, karma is karma. Alright? And all these people, especially if you look at the old news articles, all these people that try to see, like the families like Gavin, I don't remember the family's last name, but boy Gavin, like I think some of the accusers are like dead or whatever. Actually, a lot of them are. You get what you dish out. You get what you dish out. End of story. Like, I don't understand. I really don't, but I'm really over here. I'm just trying to say, Let people rest in peace. Let them rest in peace. It's not that big a deal. You don't have to clap back at the dead. You don't have to clap back at the dead. It's not that deep. It ain't that deep, sweetie. I promise you it's not. But people drag it on like it is. And people are probably going to, like, I'm going to put it like this. And actually looked on Google, and they're like erasing some of the achievements that the man has done because of the accusers' lies. And he's been proven a liar time and time again. I showed you guys that article. He tried to go to court before, back in 2012 or whatever time that was. And that was dismissed because of lack of evidence, as usual. Do I have to go over this? Let me go over this again. Let me go over this. They raided his house. They raided Neverland twice. 70 officers and didn't find nada. Okay? They didn't find nothing on the man's name. And then they checked his genitalia, which I felt was really irrelevant. And they found nothing. The description of whatever the boys described didn't match. So that's another thing. But, people want to overlook that evidence. If I sound like I'm getting mad, I'm not mad, I'm more upset because someone so sweet and kind. Someone so sweet and kind was drugged and picked on all his life. And the man was depressed. The man was hurt. The man was human.
I don't think they hounded anyone more than her and myself. And we had a relationship, a very good relationship, where we would call each other late at night for me, and we would, just talk about just like crying each other's shoulders, how hard and difficult and how mean the tabloids can be and how they lie and twist stories around. It's a wonderful, warm, compassionate person, very caring, very caring. It was real. It wasn't publicity stuff. It was real. She really cared. I'm the same way. I feel the same way that she does about children and the future of our children and the future of the world. What I usually do on my off days, I do as many hospitals as I do concerts. I do as many orphanages as I do concerts. But because it's good news, the press don't cover it. They want bad news. But I do it from my heart. I don't do it to wave a flag and say, look at me. Asked this nurse, what's wrong with this kid? She said that he needs a liver. So I said, does that mean he's gonna die? She said, yes, he's gonna die unless he gets a liver. I said, I'm not gonna let him die, this sweet, sweet angel. No matter what it takes, I'm gonna find a liver for him. So I sent my organization around the world. We went all over the place, and it took a long time. And I said, I'm not giving up. I'm not gonna have this child die. I was so happy when I got a phone call. They told me we found the liver, and he has his life. And I'm so proud that I could help him. God bless him. I love you, Farkas.
And obviously, people didn't care. There were so many pieces of people picking on him. Simpsons, Family Guy, South Park, Living Color, everybody. And everybody instantly, swallowed their words after they heard they passed. I swear I felt like the world stopped. It was raining that day here in Ohio. I don't know about anywhere else, but it started raining when they announced the day he passed. It's like everybody just swallowed their words after being so mean and so crucial and calling him a pedophile for all his years of walking this earth from like 1991 and so on. After that, being called a pedophile everywhere you go. Can you imagine? The man was deeply hurt and depressed and be called a junkie, wacko jacko. I mean, where does it come from? When does it end? When is it going to stop? it can't stop if we keep feeding. If we keep feeding people, you know, and obviously people like drama. I engage in some of it here and there, yes. I'm 22, okay? I engage in some of it here and there, but when it comes to a point where it's like destroying someone who is proven not guilty, someone who is proven not guilty on 14 accounts, where is your evidence coming from? Because the court said he was proven not guilty on 14 accounts, and you're over here saying, well, the court's wrong. So you're arguing with the system. Because the court didn't find anything. They didn't have any evidence against him. Therefore, he could not be charged. Therefore, he didn't go to jail in 2005 and was acquitted on all his charges. So why are we digging back up old stuff? And even all the Jackson fans, I need to pull up. In some part in this video, I need to pull up all the list of evidence and consistencies in Wade Robson's and James Safechuck's, whatever his name is, inconsistencies in their stories, and compare it to the pictures. There's picture evidence, because between the 1980s and 1990s, early 1990s, Michael was busy. Michael was touring. Michael was out here making hits like Thriller and Bad, Billie Jean. He was touring. He didn't have time. Alright, he was doing his job. So a lot of the evidence everybody was questioning, because they're like, but we have pictures of Michael in Japan, you know, back in so and so. You're claiming that he was here at the ranch taking you out on a date? No, my guy, absolutely not. That ain't it, Chief. That ain't it. You were trying to get some money, and your plan didn't work. Simple as that. You were trying to get some money, cash. You've been after this man's money. How are you going to write a book? This is what Wade Robson basically did. Basically, he wrote a book. It flopped. He didn't get any money for that. He wrote a book, and then automatically he started remembering, you know, abuse at the ages, I think around my age, around 25. I gotta look this back up. But I think he started remembering abuse around my age or older. How do you remember abuse? This is what he basically did. Oh my god, it's all coming back to me. It's all so clear. I remember it all. I'm ready to tell all. And after all, there's so many inconsistencies. I'm going to pull it up in like the middle of this video, and you guys are going to tell me how you feel, or towards the end of this video, because the camera's going to shut off. But anyway, I'm going to pull it up at the end of this video, and you guys tell me what you think. Okay, this is facts. Facts don't lie, people do. I stole that quote, by the way, but it's true. I stole that quote, but it's true. Okay, facts don't lie, people do. And I cannot express that enough, alright? The truth will always outweigh the lies. By the time all this dies out, by the time we're done looking east so we can look west, alright? Hopefully what's done in the dark comes to the light. Alright? All these lies, that documentary, because he lied. Basically, the producers were saying, what was his name? The producer's name is Dan Reed, basically. Yeah, Dan Reed had said Dan Reed, James Safechuck, Wade Robson. Wade Robson said, "We're not going to get paid a dime. We just felt like it was time to tell the world what was going on." But when you air something and people watch it, somebody's getting paid per view somewhere. I don't know who's getting paid. If y'all not getting paid, then who's getting paid? And they've got their cash out. And I don't know why everybody's getting so angry about this. It baffles me so much. And I wasn't a huge fan of Dave Chappelle for the longest time, but I gotta give him his props for apologizing. Well, apologizing in his own way. Because if you've seen the Netflix special, I have to link that in here somewhere too. If you've seen that new Netflix special, I guess he was basically like, I don't believe the mother effers. You know, he's referring to Wade Robson and James Safechuck. And I mean, he's right. The evidence, if people would really open their minds, because these are, and I'm sure that you are all smart, intelligent people, and you can put 2 and 2 together and see that doesn't add up. How did he do that, but he was over here? Like, that's a lot of what they were saying. And I don't know. I know in time all this stuff will blow over and we'll just stop talking about this man, stop ridiculing him even in his death, and just let people rest in peace. Everybody, including everybody else. Whitney, Biggie, everybody who's no longer here with us, God rest your souls. Happy.
I said I'm growing up yonder. I said I'm growing up yonder. I said